Hey guys, Sam from Manfa's Makes. How are you all? Welcome back to all my returners and hi to any newbies. It's so great to have you here. Please do stick around a while. And if you like what you see, give me a thumbie. They are free. So excuse the just out the shower look again. I know I do that a lot, but I don't know about you, but after a lovely long hot shower where you have literally got rid of all of the I just feel invigorated and I feel motivated, and I am finding that it is the best time to do my videos. So excuse my Hagrid-esque look, but that is what you're going to have to put up with today. But anyway, you're not going to have to look at me for too long because I am going to be showing you something I have made. Now, if you have been here a little while, you will know that last year I did a segment on my channel called Magazine Mondays, and that is because I have a huge collection of Simply Crochet magazines up in my stash, and I went through each of the magazines with you. And this year I thought it's finally time to start making things from these magazines. So I will pop the magazine makes playlist down below. And we have finally finished the blue filet crochet wrap, guys. Woohoo! Another completion, another FO. And this wrap is going to be a gift for one of my lovely yarny friends. And hopefully I can get it posted to them before Christmas. Fingers crossed it can be a Christmas present. So for this make, I did use one of my issues of Simply Crochet, and it is issue 83. Now, Simply Crochet is a publication here in the UK, which means that all of the patterns that it contains are written in UK terms. Yes, I am from the UK, but I do prefer US terminology. So whenever I use any of these patterns, I do have to convert them into US terms. But I fell in love with this pattern here, which is called Blue Wrap. And it is a gorgeous filet crochet number. There's a little close-up of one of the motifs. If you have been following along with me making this one, you will know that I had a couple of hiccups along the way with not knowing what to do with yarn. The two cakes that I had chosen to use I knew wouldn't be enough to do 6 repeats of the pattern. So I had to, in the middle section, pull another cake from my stash. Now, the hook I have used for the entirety of this project is my 4mm dots. There it is. I absolutely love my dots. Just out of interest, all of you watching today, let me know down in the comments, have you tried the dots? Are you familiar with the dots? Let me know, because a little forward planning, the company that make the dots hooks had a sale recently, and Manfa might have been a little sneaky, and she might just use what she bought as a future giveaway. So let me know down in the comments. Do you have dots? Do you like dots? Have you always wanted dots but can't have them? Would you be prepared to try them out? That is what I would love to know. Now, I'm just looking through everything. Ah, there it is. There it is, there it is, there it is. 2 seconds, guys. I'm a little bit tangled in yarn. We all know that feeling, right? So yes, I used my 4mm dots. And the first cake that I used was one of the Elise Bella Ombre Batik, 100% cotton. Colour 7407. It is Ecotex approved, 100% cotton. Where are all the other? There we go. 250 grams or 8.82 ounces, 900 meters or 984 yards. made in Turkey, hand wash, don't bleach, lay flat to dry, dry clean using P, low iron, no tumble. Recommends a 2 to 4 knitting needle and a 1 to 3 hook. And I did not use the complete cake. I just did 2 repeats of the pattern and then cut off. Then in the middle, because I obviously knew that I didn't have enough of this original yarn that I had picked, in the middle I decided to crack out one of my Stenley Candy Opals. And this one is 85% soft cotton and 15% lurex, because the lurex is the sparklies. 3 to 4 knitting needles, 0 to 2 hooks, wash up to 30 degrees, low iron, do not bleach, do not tumble, lay flat to dry, dry clean using P. It is a 2 fine, so a 2 weight. Anything else? Stenley comes from Bulgaria. You can get it at www.stenleyyarn.com. Although I would recommend you go to Pleta, the Pleta website, to get your Stenley. And I did 2 repeats in the Stenley, and then I plucked out my second full cake of the Elise Bella Ombre Batik and did the final 2 pattern repeats. Now that dress there shows you how the ombre plays out. That is actually a very gorgeous little dress there as well, just saying. Don't know where you find the pattern, but it shows you how the colour plays out. So I do have leftovers from all 3 cakes. That is absolutely fine. I will wind them up and put them in my scrap stash. I hadn't done filet crochet for quite a while until I decided to do this wrap pattern. It was really enjoyable to revisit the filet and spend my time doing it. The design of the wrap, even though that it is a long wrap that you obviously wrap around your shoulders, you actually make it by chaining the length of the width, and then you work the wrap up this way. Okay. Otherwise, if you were to do it that way, it would be a humongously long chain, because just the chain for that side was why can't I find it? Oh my goodness gracious. In fact, you didn't chain, looking at it. You did, the first row was 226 foundation doubles. So I had to learn how to do that as well. So yeah, 226 stitches just for the width of it. So can you imagine how many stitches it would have been if it was worked the other way? So yes, we worked the foundation doubles, and then we worked our way up doing 6 repeats of the design. Now, the last time that you saw this beauty, I was still working within the Stenley cake. So let me just bear with me, guys, bear with me. Here we go. So when you last saw it, oh, one of my hairs, of course, I was where, oh, it is really long, really heavy, and I am not a professional at doing this, so I do apologise. Right, where's my stitch marker gone? So I was at where this yellow stitch marker is here. As you can see, the sparkles are just absolutely stunning. It is so wide that it will definitely encompass the person that I am gifting it to. So from that yellow stitch marker, guys, I have done from there all of this time around. I did another 2 full repeats, and I did a little smidgy bit of that last one there. How amazing! A lot of work, because each of the repeats, I do believe, are about 33 rows. So you are looking at over 70 rows I've put in since the last time you've seen it. Maybe closer to 80, I'm not sure. But yes, it is easier to see in the lighter colours and the more solid ombre of the Elise. But I cannot show you the whole thing in frame. I really can't. We started down this end. There's the swirlies on the side, and I can't even fit the whole width of it on screen. But it is absolutely huge. It really, really is. It just goes on and on and on and on. Okay, so I apologise if you can hear Rolo in the background. Not only did I have a shower before coming on filming, I thought it would be a good idea to bath the dog. So now he is shaking and protesting and getting all the wetness off him and rubbing himself all over my sofa, which means my sofa is going to stink a wet dog. But at least the dog's clean, right? So yeah, he's just having a little, I don't like it when you give me a bath moment, and I apologise if you can hear that. So to get a clearer image, let's go back to the ombre batik. You have the swirls on each side, guys, all the way along each edge. And you have that gorgeous design in the middle there as well. It is so long. I haven't actually measured it, but it has got to be well over 6 feet long. And it's got to be 2 to 3 foot wide. I obviously know who the recipient's going to be, but whoever the recipient is, which I hope you will get to find out. If not, I will let you know once they have received it. Because actually the person receiving this doesn't actually make content. So there's a little clue. There is no reason why they probably cannot wrap themselves about 3 times with this. And the whole point of me making wraps and shawls for people is to embody what Jax, Creations by Jax, she calls them hugs, because you wrap yourself in a hug from that person. And if you cannot meet up, if you cannot physically get a hug from that person, then this is the next best thing, because it has been my little hands meticulously working on it. Many hours have gone into it. Lots and lots of love has gone into it. So hopefully when the lovely lady who receives this wraps herself up in it, hopefully she can feel the love and the warmth that I have tried to put into this absolutely huge wrap. I also picked cotton for a very, very good reason, because the recipient does not live in the UK, and where they live, the summer months can get excruciatingly hot. So I'm hoping the cotton will help. It's more breathable, it's more suitable for hotter climates. It is just absolutely massive. Look at how much of it there is, guys. Honestly, I have enjoyed every moment. Now, there has been moments where I've had to frog. There have been moments where I've been off in my stitch count. It is a project that I have had to... it's not mindless. It's not one of those that you can just zip along watching TV, or, you know, you do have to pay attention to the chart and the pattern, and you do have to count, and you do have to put a lot of concentration into it. I hope the recipient loves it. Their favourite colour is blue. I'm giving you lots and lots of hints, but Yeah, I really did pour my heart and soul and all my love into that. And it means that we have another make from some of my magazines. I think this is make number 4 because I've done the cowl. Got my phone here a minute. Let me check because it's been a while since I've kind of done a wrap up of a magazine make. Did you like the pun there, guys? Did ya? Let me just go to my channel. Let me go to my playlists. Magazine makes. Wow. No, this is only project number 3. I did the cowl. Oh, and then I did my sweater. So I've done the cowl, I've done the sweater, and now I've done the wrap. So, but there are lots of episodes. There are lots of progress episodes for those 3 makes. So like I said, I will put that playlist down below. I hope the recipient absolutely loves it. I really do hope, like I say, that I can get it packaged up and shipped out in time for Christmas. And speaking of which, I now have to pick another magazine make because we haven't got to the end of the year yet, guys. There is still time to get some magazine makes in. And to be perfectly honest with you, I don't know whether I'm going to continue this segment next year or not. I've got plenty of magazines. I could be doing this segment for the next 10 years or more, I think. But I'm definitely going to see it through to the end of the year. And then I'm going to have to do some decision making about what happens with the channel for 2025 at a later date. But because we're only at the end of October, we do have a couple of months to get a few more sneaky bits in. So because I knew that I had finished this one, I have gone and looked through my magazines again, and I have picked this magazine, issue 143. Now, I knew I specifically wanted this magazine for 2 reasons. Christmas is coming, and I knew that this magazine had Christmas makes, but I have recently, because I am filming this, guys, on October the 16th, and actually that wrap has been finished for well over a week now. So I finished it just at the beginning of this month, but I try and do this video on my channel at the end of every month. So yes, I am filming this on the 16th of October. So yesterday on the 15th, or was it today on the 16th, around about this time, the wonderful Jules over at Jules Crafts, I will link her down in my description box. She went through a magazine that she had recently picked up from a supermarket, and it was all about Christmas crochet, and it was a pattern magazine like this one. And as she was flicking through, I'm thinking, I've got an awful lot of those patterns in my stash. I know I do. I'm pretty sure they're in Simply Crochet, like back issues. So I told her, I was like, thank you for the flip through. I might have been tempted to go out and buy it myself because, you know, crochet patterns, it's a hobby all on its own. But you've saved me the money because I think I've got most of the patterns. She did show these and this and this and all of these here and this and this. So a lot of what you see on the front of issue 143 was in the magazine that Jules had picked up. So I'm like, right, well, I now know what magazine I am going to do some makes from for my magazine makes. And here it is. So I haven't fully decided what it is that I want to make, but I will talk about some of the things that I am toying with. And I suppose you're going to have to just come back next month and see which one that I actually decided on, or whether I just did a few of several of them that I'm going to showcase. So I have a wreath form that has been in my craft stash now for a couple of years. I could get that wreath form out and I could make myself a crochet wreath. I wouldn't be using these colours though. Okay, so just bear that in mind. So I'm toying with the idea of the wreath, and mine might not be as busy and cluttered as this one. There's a lot going on there. Manfa might streamline it. I also really love that snow globe, but I would actually have to purchase the snow globe, and I don't know if I want to do that right now. But I do love it, so it's a possibility. I also really love these amigurumi jar toppers. Snowman, Santa, penguin, elf. And I think it would be really cute little gifts for people, or even just to have out on display, because you don't have to fill them with sweets and treats. You could fill it with absolutely anything. And you know, I'm actually considering getting some I don't know if you guys have seen them, but they're like really fine and thin LED light strings. So they're not full on fairy lights. They're like a wire with tiny little bulbs dotted across the wire. If you coiled them up in your jar with your toppers on the top, I think they would be really sweet as decorations. So that's an idea that I'm playing with. Or I will just fill them with sweets and candies and treats. Or you could fill them with, you could maybe put a tiny little notepad, one of those tiny little mini pens, little stationery bits, little stickers and bits and pieces like that for maybe like office co-workers. There's a million and one things that you could do with those, and I think they are super sweet. Again, I wouldn't be using the exact same colours. I would be pulling from my stash, so mine might look slightly different. But I don't actually have any jars. So again, I'd have to source some jars. So I'm not too sure either. These are just ideas that I'm playing with, guys. I also love some of these decorations. Again, I would switch up the colours because, that's a crafter's prerogative. I would actually make them in colours that suit the colour scheme that we've got. I absolutely love these baubles, but what I really love are these little pockets. Basically, guys, it's a granny square that you sew together two edges to make like a little cone. And then you could put little treats in there like candy canes, like that one look's got a candy cane in it, maybe a chocolate Santa, maybe another Christmas ornament and give it as a gift, like two ornaments in one. I really, really love those, and those would be so quick and easy to make. So I am toying with that idea as well. And I also fell in love with these little wooden peg angels. Make a string, and this star bunting, it shows you how to make that bunting. But then you could peg up your Christmas cards using your wooden angel pegs. And that just screams old-fashioned, vintage, nostalgic. And I actually got rid of the Christmas card holder that I own. So I do actually need a way of displaying my Christmas cards. But I would again have to buy the wooden pegs. And for these baubles, I would have to buy the polystyrene balls. So I don't know whether I'm going to go on the vein of just do the makes with the craft supplies that I've got, or do it all because I love Christmas, or be prepared to purchase a few more crafty items in order to do them. Another thing that I fell in love with, Manfa is a little bit silly. Mike and I were gifted these last Christmas. Little Merry Christmas headbands to wear at Christmas time, and I absolutely love them, and I will be wearing it again this year in the festive season. But I am also toying with buying a plastic headband and making myself some reindeer antlers so I can switch between the reindeer antlers and the Merry Christmas hairband. What do you think? Of all the things that I've shown you, which would you most like to see Manfa make? Because I mean, ultimately it is going to be my choice, but I would really like to know if there is something that you are particularly really keen to see. And if it is an overwhelming that everybody wants to see it, then I will do my best to make that as well. I might just make one of the things that I've thought of. I might make a couple of them. I might make all of them. I don't know. And to be honest with you guys, depending on how quickly I can get through some of these, although to be fair, a lot of them are smaller makes, which is nice. Depending on how quickly I can get through some of them, I might extend this magazine makes through November and December, seeing as I am doing more Christmas themed items. It doesn't put that much pressure on me then. Of course, I will come on screen in November and show you what I've done so far. And then I might have a clearer idea of how I'm going to continue, if I'm going to make more of something, if I've kind of switched it up a little bit, all of those things, and carry on into December. Because, yeah, I love Christmas. Christmas is my favourite time of the year, and I don't actually have a lot of Christmas crochet. And I think that needs to change. I really do think that needs to change. I think, in fact, it was one of my 24 goals for 2024 to do some more Christmas makes. Let me see. I think I've got my list handy. Yeah, make more Christmas items. So if I spread that out over over November and December, that'll be another one ticked off, right? Yeah. I'm liking that. I am liking that. Just looking at my list, and there are a few that are not going to get done. But that's okay. That is okay. It was very ambitious to have 24 goals to complete, but we have done a great many of them, so I am happy with that. So yes, Christmas makes now for the next couple of months for magazine makes. Let me know which you liked down in the comments, and also remember my question earlier. Do you have dots? Do you use hot dots? Do you like your dots? Have you not had them but would love to try them? Just let me know your opinions on dots. I would really be interested, and let me know which of those Christmas makes that you would really like to see featured on the channel. Like I said though, the colours are not going to be the colours that the magazine depicts. It's going to be Manfa colours. All right. So I'm going to leave it there. I really do hope, like I said, the person that's going to get this wrap really does love it. What I will try and do is I will try and get Wibbly Wobbly Wendy, my mannequin, out of her corner, and I might try and showcase this one in a photograph a little bit better and put it on my community tab so that you can see the wrap a little clearer, because it is absolutely ginormous. I cannot do it justice showing it on a video like this, so many apologies for that. Anyway, guys, I'm going to let you get going. I've kept you now for nearly half an hour. Thank you so much for your time today. And let's see what we have planned for tomorrow. Tomorrow, come back for my stash down statistics for October. How much stash did I bash this time, guys? Come back tomorrow to find out. But until then, stay safe, be kind, look after one another, get some good quality time in with your loved ones, and get some good quality crafting time in. I will see you in the next one or around the YouTube streets. Bye, guys. Love you loads.